Okay, now here we are with Ghost Seeker app on Friday, July 11, 2025. And it works totally different from GhostTube. Now, that's not to say that GhostTube is worse or better or equal. I think Ghost Seeker app works too good, you guys. Anything that is a ghost, it really turns into a ghost. Now, is Clark the Shark's trash can really haunted? Yeah, it is, you guys. They always play with the bounce. We know that. And they like food and drinks. We know that. And Ghost Seeker app ghosts are often laying on their back, floating on their back, or, look, you guys. Well, they'll just be laying in the bed. There should be ghosts galore here if this app was fake. No ghosts in a bed, you guys. So that ought to tell you right there that the EMF style that the Ghost Seeker app does and or uses is real ghosts. No doubt you guys believe it or not. Well, the reason they don't stand up and confront me and get in my face too often, that one was just standing in my shoes. He's like, look at me, Sharky, I'm in your shoes. He's building small. But I think, this is my theory, you guys, ghosts, if they stand up to me in this room, then they are like, there might be a confrontation with Sharky. So I notice in a lot of rooms they're floating on their back. They're floating awkwardly and out of control. But in some places, they are very in control, you guys. And in their world, they don't have a lot of good abilities to stand up straight. It's like they're on the moon or skydiving or, dude, like on a ride. When you're on that spinning ride, that's kind of like what it is for them. I think, you guys, I could be right or wrong. Clark the Shark just taking a stab. You'll have to ask the good Lord. Only he knows. Why? Dude, stand up. You in the corner. You. Come here. Stand up. Don't worry. Come here. Come here. Come here and stand up. Did the good Lord sentence these ghosts to live on the earth? We'll read scripture. The Protestants think we either go to heaven or hell. And I, Clark the Shark, know that's not true, and that doesn't make sense mathematically. If you read scripture, if you read the Bible, just one sin can get you into hell. So I often use this analogy when I describe sin, but if you're driving your car and you see a cute lady who you look at her, I'm sure there are artistic ways of looking at a lady. But usually we guys, when we are looking at a lady, we're looking for certain things. One starts with T, one starts with A, maybe two L's, but we like what we see. So that's a sin, you guys. So the Lord in Scripture says, he's probably like, okay, Sharky, you can, it's a menu, you can look, but don't touch kind of thing. But there are a lot of guys from the hip hop and rap community that just can't stop looking at girls, and they got a lot of money and they got a lot of opportunities. Now, I shouldn't single out the hip hop and rap communities. A lot of everyone, with a college degree or, a house, money, a car, a nice car. People with confidence, you guys, they might get that girl. Now, a 5'6" Sharky, I'm lucky, you guys. I'm married to a pretty girl. The Lord blessed me, you guys. I probably don't deserve it. But I'm just saying in general, the Protestants say you're saved. Some of them, not all of them, but a lot of them say you're going to heaven if you're saved. Yeah, even some Protestants even believe you can't fall out of being saved. And then some think, well, it's possible you can fall from grace, or, And then Catholics believe, well, you got to keep going to confession, you got to keep going to communion. And this ghost is like, here, Sharky, I'm here to tell you the truth right now. He's like, you can do whatever. You might still end up like me, Clark the Shark, a ghost, hanging out at Clark the Shark's shoe rack. Well, dude, I don't know. I try to pray and believe in God, but, look at my fucking shitty life. And all you too. You think you got it made, but it's like sticks. It's a grand illusion. Deep inside, we're all the same. Life's a bitch and then you die. I mean, just ask these ghosts. They'll tell you right here on the Clark the Shit Show. And the ghosts are like, Shark, you're full of like wisdom tonight and stuff. Tonight we're going to chill. We're not going to sit at this table, Sharky. I'm like, Ghosty, you are my pupils. Hey, my mom and dad, Gary and Joanne, were both school teachers, and we used to have debates about, going to hell, going to heaven. I would love to think, we're just good in general, and there's a general God. I'm kind of a deist, you guys, like a monotheist. And the ghost is like, Shark, I'm not gonna appear. I don't like this religious talk. And I'm like, well, Ghosty, maybe y'all wouldn't be a ghost if you would listen to more people like Clark the Shark. He's like, Shark, I just want to float on my back. That's all I want to do, Sharky, is have some fun like Sheryl Crow. Look at him, dude. He won't man up and stand up. But Clark the Shark, I'd love to believe that God is like a liberal. Like he's, anything goes, forgiving. I don't care what you do as long as you, good intention, a good heart. And then the Christians and Muslims and Jews and Hindus and Buddhas and everyone's going to heaven. Sharky, it would be great. But then, there are those people that say, Sharky, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, Sharky. You guys, I would hate to think that, but it could be true. I just don't know. Who am I to judge? Me, Clark the Shark. I don't really, I get this thing in the South Bay, like Redondo, Torrance, or even in Gardena, my black family. They're like, well, Shark's really judgmental. But I'm not, you guys. Look at the ghost. He's like, Sharky, I like this now. I like what you're saying, Sharky. I'm all ghosty. Raise your hands if you agree. Raise those hands. Shark, now you're asking me to obey you. I'm like, well, if you want some coffee or a Snickers or a Kit Kat or a Milky Way, you will do what I say right here on the Clark the Shit Show. And the ghost is like, I'm just going to float around, wear your shoes. Yeah, dude, they pretend to wear my shoes. They're like a little kid, like Angelia. Remember the ghost? He's like, sure, yeah. I'm just having a good time. But I would like to think God is just a general God. All this stuff where you got to be exact or you're going to purgatory or the reason I think liberal people, Democrats, are evil is because they are bad people, you guys. They, pro-choice, pro-gay. I mean, they're evil, you guys. And then I think Trump, MAGA, and Republicans are kind of like liberals in a way. They, instead of, how liberals and Democrats worship the government. Well, Trump MAGA people worship God and Jesus like that's their government. And they don't even know what they're talking about, you guys, because they don't even really read scripture. And just see how screwed up it is, you guys. I mean, I don't want to worship a God like the Old Testament, you guys. I don't. I mean, I couldn't look myself in the mirror. Even this ghost, he's like, yeah, Sharky. Well, what do you think, Ghosty? I like Jesus. I like all that. But then I'm like, why did God send his only son? And it's just weird. Like, what's all that for? He's like, Sharky, it was the only way for free will. The ghost is like, Shark, I just like your shoe rack. The ghost just likes his shoes, you guys. He's starting to come around. He's like, Sharky, I'm going to get into this conversation about all your thoughts on God. I'm like, it's too late for you, Ghosty. You're like in purgatory or I don't know where you are, bro. He's like, well, Sharky, maybe you can pray for me. Dude, there's Catholics and priests and people that say if you see a ghost, pray for them or pray for yourself. And yeah, pray for yourself, you guys. I don't know if it does any good to pray for a ghost. I mean, they're already sentenced or something, or maybe not. I don't know. Look at him. He's like, Sharky, I'm getting up now. I don't like your talk. Dude, stand up, Ghosty. Come here, Ghosty. Come here. Stand up. On your feet, soldier. Come on. Ghost up. Man up. That's all I know, Shark. I want to lay and float upside down. That's all I want to do, Sharky. He's like, don't you understand, Sharky? I'm retarded. It's all I can do. Like, dude, you're not retarded. There's still hope for you, Ghosty. Man up. He's like, it's hopeless, Sharky. I just float around. All he wants to do is have some fun till the sun comes up on Santa Monica Boulevard. Dude, there's always ghosts sitting here. Always, but not, of course, not tonight. Always, dude. Here, Ghosty. Try that. So, Sharky, what are you giving me there? That's just an empty bowl. All right, Sharky, we got some action now. Okay, sit up straight, Ghost. If you want some food, I'll put some food in that bowl, bro. Like, I don't trust you, Sharky. I don't believe you. I'm just going to float upside down, Sharky. Just have some fun. Yeah, you guys. I mean, I'm not a show me, don't tell me type, you guys. I want to believe I do believe in God, you guys. I believe in a central deism, monotheist. And I hope God is like Bernie Sanders or AOC or even the old Donald Trump, from The Apprentice. Nobody goes to hell. Everybody gets a prize. And I think for conservatives or non-liberal people, that might be true. He might, like me, Clark the Shark, he might cut me way more breaks than he would a liberal. See, that's the danger of liberalism, you guys. Liberals are so insane and stupid, I almost feel sorry for them, like they're insane and retarded. And I'm almost like, God, how can you judge a liberal Democrat or send them to hell? These people are so insane, so emotional. They're emotional wrecks, and they're psychologically damaged, you guys. Remember how Michael Savage said liberalism is a mental disorder? Dude, he fucking wasn't kidding. He's right. It is. Right now, this ghost has a mental disorder. He won't eat. Now, Sharky, let's put my head in that food. You don't have any food in that bowl, Sharky. Well, that's right, Ghosty. I ate it. He's like, well, I'm putting my face in that bowl, Sharky. Right here on the Clark the Shark Ghost Radio Show.